A number of staff have become concerned at gaps in computing knowledge and skills among girls at the college. Computer services and IT staff have had to spend an increasing proportion of time solving problems where girls couldn't complete project work in subjects because they had some lack of basic IT. In this presentation, I'd like to share some of the issues and perhaps a plan for solving some of them. The top purple line of this graph shows a steady and fairly dramatic decline in the number of normal daytime students enrolling in the IT learning area. Some of this decline was anticipated as other subjects integrated IT. However, in the IT area itself, enrolment has dropped from nearly a third of the college to just over 10%. It's difficult to know why this is happening, and it's happening in other schools and colleges as well. Some reports from students say that they don't find IT area interesting or challenging anymore. And many feel that they can do IT. They don't need any extra specific skills. Sometimes IT is seen as a subject for nerdy boys. Here you can see the gender breakup of enrolments in the IT area. On the left hand side you can see that enrolments in IT are made up at 80% male. On the right hand side you can see that the percentage of girls doing IT as a percentage of the college population is just 3%. If you include other subjects such as graphic design, business computing, journalism, video that involve a fair proportion of computer use, you get to the grand total of 8%, although that's probably a little bit less than 8% because some of those girls are doing more than one subject. A very small number. Now, this doesn't mean that females aren't using IT. They certainly are, and a range of IT from mobile phones through MySpace and YouTube. Those stats are not the result of polls. They are direct counts of the numbers of students actually using those services on our system. However, most of the students are self-taught, and the answer to the bottom question there, how many people have been taught internet searching, for example, very few students have actually been specifically taught some of those basic skills. They've picked them up themselves. Gaps in IT knowledge, particularly among girls, has been apparent the last few weeks, where a number of girls have come to computer services and IT staff very upset because they have not been able to complete work, and it's been for a range of problems. Girls typing in negotiated studies all day without saving once, and then an accident occurring and the whole thing being lost. No backup for files, not even any printouts of documents being written, so it can't be rescanned in. Girls who put pictures into Word documents or scan them, the Word documents end up being hundreds of megabytes big because they don't know how to do it properly, and they can't then save it. Their accounts fill. It creates problems with their accounts which no longer work. They have to be reset, causing frustration. A large number who can't graph. They're expected to graph in a range of subjects now, but there's no time to teach them within those subjects. So they come looking for help and assistance and are often quite upset. They no longer use bookmarks, they can't use research tools, and many are very naive about the information that they put online about themselves, not realizing the consequences of some of their action. Because around 90% of girls at college are not enrolled in subjects where there is time to deal with the IT issues, girls are unaware of a range of options that are available to them. For example, they don't know that they can read directly into Word. They don't know that Word has edit tools that make editing much more efficient. They don't know that they can access the portal or their H-Drive documents from home. They don't know that they can scan text from a piece of paper back into Word. They don't know what they don't know. And often they don't see IT as a specific area they need to know something about. IT, in a sense, is invisible to many of these students because it's been with them all their lives. For example, in my journalism class, in looking at the impact of IT on media, mobile phones and internet technology, we have to have a history lesson about what it was like before mobile phones and the internet. They're simply not aware of the issues. So, what can we do about it? One suggestion is to bring back IT coaches that we had 5, 6, 7 years ago to support teachers and students in class, and also to help liaise with help desk students. Help desk students are a resource, but for the last couple of years they have not been asked to go to classes. There hasn't been a recognition of the need, perhaps. Another option is to offer tutorials during lunch times. Students who have a free line, spare line, being only on 4 lines. Perhaps to provide some girls-only sessions so that there's an environment that might be a little more comfortable for some girls. To develop some online resources. There is some online help on the portal, but that needs to be, I think, extended with some help and tutorials. That, of course, requires resources, time. Someone needs to be given time to provide IT coaching service, develop tutorials, present tutorials. Some other things we can do are to change the nature of IT courses, and we've begun that already for 2008, developing new courses that we hope will be more attractive to students in general, and certainly females. To celebrate female achievement. Of the 2 or 3 females in computing classes, we need to advertise more what they're doing. We need to advertise IT pathways. Recently, in fact just a few days ago in the Mercury, it was reported that for females, IT careers are some of the most lucrative, and there are plenty of jobs available. We need to assist teachers in classes. They don't have enough time to address some of the IT issues, but perhaps through team teaching, perhaps through some professional learning, we can help the classroom teacher to address some of these issues or provide some services that will. Just to finally illustrate some of the professional learning challenges, here we have a graph indicating the development in the internet, the use of the web from what's called Web 1 to Web 2 to Web 3D over the last decade or so. Most educational institutions are operating at Web 1. However, most of the powerful services that make working more efficient, collaboration easier, are Web 2, and much of the world is about to move into Web 3D. It's predicted that 80% of active internet users will be in Web 3D. That's 3D worlds with an avatar to represent oneself by 2010. Not far away.